So that leads into kind of the theme that I was looking at for today, and that is this aspect of trying to go and maximize human potential. As leaders, one of the main components that we have in our responsibilities, along with getting the revenue numbers or production goals or whatever the case may be, is to be able to go and help maximize the potential of every employee as well as maximize the potential of the organization, the overall team. So I think leaders understand, but they don't necessarily grasp and pay the right amount of attention and dedication of enough resources to be able to actually maximize human potential. There's things in terms of training and development and coaching and mentoring that's done. But to really understand that in order to go and get your revenue targets, your production goals, whatever those are, there's certain things that need to be done, those intermediate steps, and they get practiced, they get trained. But there's a component down below that actual training that goes and makes a certain individual more capable than another. And that's an internal drive, in my opinion, to be able to see differently, to be able to go and put different components together, to be able to go and bring forth a better result, a better product, a better effort, which when you have a number of people seeing things differently, looking at the mission of the organization in different ways, and exploring possibilities to maximize their output through their own intrinsic motivation, to be able to go and be as good as they can be, and to have leaders proactively drive that because that's in their interest intrinsically to become the best leader, is to go and develop a group of individuals that can go and drive forward on a strategy, on a mission. Because when you have all those different people seeing things differently, intrinsically motivated to be the best that they can be, that makes each step in the processes and procedures that an organization does more impactful, which when those are practiced on a daily basis at a higher level, then all those intermediate KPIs see increases. There's more velocity in the organization. There's going to be some more innovation. Lead times get reduced. When all that stuff gets done at a different level, then the mission actually goes and gets fulfilled in a very meaningful way. Then those high-level goals and objectives that you have, they go through the roof because the machine is humming. So what I'd like to do over the next several episodes is take a look at each component, each pillar of organizational alignment, and be able to go and tie that to maximizing human potential. And I'd like to start today with mission and vision. That first one. How does mission and vision work to be able to go and maximize human and organizational potential? As we've gone through on the podcast on several times, the mission is the view of the organization as to what they want to be, how they want to go and impact our world. And the vision is going to be what that world will look like when the mission is fulfilled. Engagement plus purpose is alignment to that mission and vision. So now if we look at engagement, we go and measure employee engagement all the time in organizations around the country and around the world to be able to go and see if they like their job, if they have a friend at work, if they're planning to stay, if they're planning to go, what they think of their leader, what they think of the strategies. And as we all know, because it's out there all the time, engagement scores are very, very low. What does that mean? Lost productivity, more attrition, more people taking sick days, stressed out. All the different things we have with COVID showed out how we really work more towards the mission and vision, but we're really kind of burned out on all of that. So a lot of people are looking to go and change jobs because they're done with things. Because even though they knew they had to go and work hard during COVID, they weren't necessarily connected to the mission and vision. That mission and vision creates a common frequency, common language, common understanding, whether you're in the sales group or in the accounting department. That mission and purpose, characterized in ways that it can be done and how roles and responsibilities connect with that mission, not only to communicate across different groups using that common language to be able to help collectively drive to the mission and vision, but it also goes and helps that individual understand their why. That they believe in the purpose of the organizational mission, that it aligns with their personal mission and vision. And when they believe in that, and they believe that they are making an impact towards that mission and vision, they're going to proactively give more. They're going to proactively search for more possibilities. They're going to question why certain bureaucracy still exists that is no longer in alignment with the way things need to be done to fulfill that mission and vision. So what can an organization do to use mission and vision in a way that helps build intrinsic motivation that employees will want to go and maximize their impact, their potential in service of that mission and vision? Now, we've gone through that many times here on the podcast, but let me kind of refresh everybody's memory. One of the great ways to go and do this is to set up an organization structure that leaders, at least 2 levels down, if not 3 levels down, go and craft out, is this mission still appropriate for us? If so, marvelous. What does it actually mean to fulfill the mission and vision? Are there certain values? Are there certain actions? Are there certain behaviors? What does that smell like, look like, taste like, feel like? To act in accordance with the mission and vision. How are our strategies aligned to that, and how do we need to change some things? So when there's a common understanding of what the mission and vision is supposed to look like, and how each department is supposed to work individually as well as collaboratively to be able to go and fulfill that mission and vision, then it's going to be an aspect of communicating from an organizational perspective what the mission and vision is, what it looks like, tastes like, sounds like, feels like, and set up structures to be able to tell stories about how the mission is being served and how individuals and teams that are aligned are making great things happen. That sets the stage for understanding that the bar of accountability is high. But we as an organization, as we as employees, as human beings, are going to dedicate ourselves to meeting and exceeding that bar, not trying to stay above the floor. We've all seen in our personal lives how when we're connected to something that we believe in, that has purpose for us, we dedicate more of ourselves to it. We want to succeed in it. It's no different with an organization and your job. There's certain things that people will do to get a paycheck. There's certain things that they'll do to be able to go and help support their team because they feel camaraderie. But if you go and strive for mission-driven behaviors, actions, strategies, programs, and then support that on a daily basis across the organization, across teams, and through individual conversations and actions, that ingrained mission and vision is going to go and fuel the fire for each employee to maximize their own potential and to be part of maximizing team and organizational culture and potential. Quite honestly, it's as simple as that. It's not rocket science, but it does take intentional and consistent work to make happen. So obviously, you're going to want to understand where you're at in terms of how aligned employees are to the mission and vision. Taking an orgometrics assessment to be able to get a baseline understanding, as well as insights on what employees believe in terms of how aligned they are, how aligned leadership is, will help inform leadership as they have those conversations about mission and vision, about ways that they can go and craft things to be able to go and make that journey towards greater alignment quicker and more impactful. And then as you go through the process, then you can resurvey and see how the improvements are being seen in your orgometrics score. And connect that with the metrics that you care about, so you be able to go and see how changes in your alignment to mission and vision have that impact, that they're doing things in practice every single day, which makes all those policies, procedures, practices hum a lot more impactfully, which have more of an impact on those intermediate KPIs that go and fill out the high-level KPIs. You'll have data-driven insights to show how increases in alignment and increases in human potential, employee potential, are driving your organization forward. So like I said, in subsequent weeks, we'll be going through the other 8 pillars to show how maximizing human potential through each one of the pillars can be looked at from a leadership perspective. And then obviously I'm going to intertwine all of the different things. I talked a little bit about communication today and leadership, but we'll weave them in because they're all interrelated. If you have some questions, throw me a note. Give us a comment and a rating. Love to be able to go and hear what you think about the podcast and how it impacts you. If you have any questions, things about your organization you'd love to hear about, I'd love to be able to go and address those questions that you have. So until next time, have a great week. We'll catch you on the other side. Cheers.